Earlier in today's program, we learned about some of the choices a consumer needs to make when selecting a new window for their home and when selecting a contractor to install it. Now let's focus on how a window is made as we tour the SeasonGuard Window Factory with our window professional, Andy Lindus.
Stu, this is really where it all begins. When you talk about manufacturing window, first you got to talk about the glass components. Now what this is a warm edge intercept spacer. It's made out of steel, roll formed all into one piece, so it's one piece all the way around the window. And most spacers you see in a lot of ordinary windows are aluminum. You go with steel, it doesn't transfer energy nearly as fast as what an aluminum spacer will.
Okay, so when you're talking about a spacer, that's the piece that's right in between the panes of glass. And when you talk about energy efficiency or potential for energy loss, if that aluminum was to touch the panes of glass, it would really conduct energy and become a much lower R value.
Everybody's been into a house before where they've seen that frost going up in there. That's from the outside pane of glass conducting energy to the inside pane of glass. The inside pane of glass is a little bit warmer, and you get condensation. That's where you get your frost. Now the SeasonGuard window comes in either double pane or triple pane. It's very important that we have the correct spacers in there in order to get the maximized energy efficiency out of your window.
And these are actually not aluminum, they're actually steel?
Steel with a butyl backing. The butyl backing is a rubberized coating that goes on the outside edge of the spacer and actually seals the window so the argon gas cannot escape from the window, giving you, again, the most energy efficient window that you can get.
Okay, so how on earth do they keep it in one piece if it's a solid roll form piece of steel in this case?
Well, this is a completely computerized machine. It actually makes each spacer individually as the windows are ordered in. And it comes out all one piece, and then it puts a little splice in it so you can actually fold it up and connect it, making it all one piece solid.
So when a consumer orders a window, each one is programmed into the computer and it's custom made.
Custom made. Now Stuart, our glass arrives in 10 by 10 sheets. It's brought over to our CAD system, where each order is individually entered in our CAD system, and then a glass is cut to size.
Oh, that makes sense because each order is essentially a custom window.
Yes, it's a custom window. By going over to the CAD system, we minimize any waste of glass. Now what this process is, after the glass is cut to size, it has to be cleaned. This is the only chance we have to get the inside of the glass clean to make sure we have the perfect seal when the intercept and the two pieces of glass are put together.
Boy, as you see it come out, it is spotless coming in. And like you said, it's not only important to see through it without any blemishes, but to ensure a good seal with the spacer bar?
With the spacer bar. Without a good seal, a double pane glass will be just like a single pane glass.
So this is really like an assembly line. It looks like two panes of glass are coming out. Is that one for one side of the window, one for the other?
One for one side of the window, exactly. Two panes of glass come out, get up to this part of the machine, then goes to this and is put together like a sandwich, if you will.
Oh wow, this is a cool machine. So it just actually squeezes it together, and that butyl that you put around the edge of the spacer seals it?
That butyl backing we were talking about earlier is like a rubberized coating. And when it puts together, it bonds to each other. Then it goes through our oven at 360 degrees, melts that butyl, and rebonds the glass to make sure you have the best seal possible on a window.
Now Andy, you mentioned that there's air between the panes of glass. Energy efficient windows actually have argon between it. Do yours?
Our window is not complete until we add the argon gas to it. There's a little hole on top of our intercept spacer. It goes to our argon stations, filled with argon gas, and then butyl is put over the top of that, sealing the window again, giving you a very energy efficient window. Once the glass package has actually been filled with argon, it's ready to be assembled. Now there's two other components, the sash and the frame. Now as I was telling you about, each window is custom ordered. Now our whole factory is on a computerized system. So as that glass package is getting made, the sash and the frame are getting made to fit that exact glass package.
No kidding. So once you have everything cut to size, how is it actually assembled?
Well, what we see Lucy here doing is a 4-point fusion weld. Each part of the sash and frame is put into this machine and actually goes to a hot plate at 265 degrees, melts the vinyl a little bit, and then it's squeezed together. That's why when we actually make these components, they're actually a 1/4 inch larger. They're put in this machine, shrunk to size and squeezed together so it's all one piece when it's all done. Now once the sash and the frame have been cleaned, it's brought over to our assembly area. Each sash is matched up with a piece of glass that was made just for that sash. So as I was telling you earlier, each window is custom ordered to a custom size. So we make a piece of glass to go with a piece of frame. This is the last step to make sure that this is a very highly efficient window. that goes through here down the line. There's a sealant actually put on the inside of the glass, and then a bead is added to the outside edge of the glass. You can see the rubberized coating here. That's actually put into the window and gives it a perfect seal where air leakage can never come through. Now, once the window's assembled, we're still not done. It has to go through our quality assurance program. Now, what Bill's doing here is going through a 55-point checklist to look for aesthetics, functionality, and operability, and to make sure that everything the customer ordered on the window is here. If this window fails any one point on that 55-point checklist, it does not go out to our customer. We make darn sure when this window leaves the factory, it's perfect.
Well, there's no substitute for quality control. After all, it's your name going on the window. You know, throughout today's tour, we've been stressing energy efficiency. I see these windows have been recognized by Energy Star.
One of the most energy efficient windows on the market today. It's the only window to win the Energy Star Partner of the Year award 3 years in a row.
Now here are some key points to help summarize today's show. Good choices are made when you know all of your options, so be sure to take the time to look at least 2 to 3 different types of windows. Review the options and take the time to learn about energy efficiency and the product warranties that go with the glass, paint finish, and moving parts. Next, know who is installing the windows you selected and ask about their experience with replacement windows. It takes a true craftsman with the right tools to know how to best match trims and deal with on-the-job challenges. And finally, do a little research on the windows you choose to be installed in your home. There are a lot of window manufacturers, and knowing where your windows are made and who is standing behind them is always a good idea. Well, we're all out of time for this week's show. Hope you've enjoyed it. We'll see you again next time on today's Home Remodeler.